Om Bhai Devaya Devaya Namaha. Om Bhai Devaya Devaya Namaha. Om Bhai Devaya Devaya Namaha. Om.
I'm always amazed at the power of the Sangha, the power of a community of people coming together around a common objective. This sort of commitment and devotion and shared commitment and shared devotion towards a common goal, a common objective, creates such a powerful field of possibility, of transformation, of healing, of growth. To feel how each person brings something so unique and so special and so authentic to be a spoke on the wheel, so that each other person can benefit from the shared interest in overcoming limitation and overcoming the things that are holding us back in life, and to move forward with fresh energy and enter a life as a different person. Grant Iflander, founder of Keepers of the Earth School of Yoga and Mystical Arts. We provide trainings and immersions mostly here in Costa Rica, but also abroad, where we initiate people into the deeply transformative and life-enhancing teachings of traditional Hatha Yoga and Tantra. Keepers of the Earth provides a 200-hour Yoga Alliance-approved teacher training program. It's a combination of the traditional teachings from Hatha Yoga. So we're working with asana, pranayama, kriya, mudra, bandha, purifying practices that completely rewire the nervous system, the neurophysiology of the individual and the practitioners, really provide a lasting transformation. We also weave in elements of Tantra, of Bhakti Yoga, the path of devotion, the path of feeling. We bring different pieces of spiritual wisdom together to create what is the Keepers of the Earth Yoga Teacher Training.
The practices of yoga and the rituals and the ceremonies that we experience in this container, they move a lot of energy in our bodies and in our souls and our beings. And sometimes that can be beautiful and ecstatic and blissful, and sometimes it can be really, really challenging.
In this program, we work through the 5 elements. They touch each dimension of the student. So we really want to create a lasting and positive change in each person who's coming on our programs. We also want to prepare them to bring these teachings to life in their communities and to take it out into the world in a way that is authentic and embodied. So we work through the subtle body from the base, flesh, bones, muscles, feet on the ground, earth, stability, structure, discipline, rhythm, safety, a container. This is the beginning of our training. It provides the foundation for our work ahead. Earth element moves into water element. Water element is feeling, desire, fluidity, adaptability, authenticity, learning how to be adaptable and fluid with life. Our process with the vinyasa, the transitions in asanas between postures, is a way that we develop the water element, but also the juice, the rasa, we call it, of devotion, of really taking this practice and turning it into a prayer. This is really important because otherwise this can become mechanical and dry. We want to bring a richness, we want to bring a juiciness to our practice. As we've moved through water, we move into fire. Fire is initiation. This element corresponds to our ability to self-initiate, to apply ourselves for a task, to see something through to the end. We work with the actual physical element of fire with a fire ritual known as the Duni. We are in a process as individuals of learning how to hold ourselves in the fire so that we can actually transform ourselves and come out the other end. As we've initiated through fire, we move into the element of air. This is at the level of the heart. With air, we're talking about purification. We're also talking about the breath, pranayama. In the Hatha Yoga tradition, pranayama is one of the key aspects that leads to profound transformation in the individual because it affects the mind and the psychology. So we're talking about deep inner purification, cellular purification, cleaning out psychic residue from the nervous system. This is all possible through correct and systematic application of breathing exercises. From air, we move into space at the level of the throat. Space corresponds to sound, which also relates to listening, hearing, space holding, leadership. This is where we get into meditation. Without the base, without the purification, without tuning in with ourselves, arriving at meditation leads to disassociation. We want to actually bring ourselves into a systematic process that allows meditation to happen organically, to arrive at a space of seeing, of knowing, of realizing, of understanding. As we morph through these 5 elements, we arrive at the completion of the 200-hour training program. All 5 elements have subsequently been initiated into, embodied, felt. The combination of all 5 is bringing this out into the world as a whole and complete human being. What is the vision that we have for life, for our communities, for ourselves? How do we see ourselves taking this into the world, bringing these teachings to life? What does it mean to be a keeper of the earth?
To be a keeper of the earth, for me, means to become a force of nature, to align with the natural forces that govern life in the universe and our lived experience on this planet in a way that's harmonious and symbiotic and generative.
To uphold a certain graceful responsibility for being alive and showing that through our actions. And yoga is one of those things that just brings it all together.
To me, it's being in communion with nature. Yoga is everything. It's everything around us. I'm so excited to really bring that perspective home and share it with people.
To step up inside of yourself and to really show up, and not show up to what you want life to be, but to be able to show up to what life is asking of you.
The teachings of yoga and tantra are ways that the individual starts to see their interconnectedness with life. So yeah, this is a teacher training program, working through the elements in a systematic way, working with Hatha Yoga, working with the asanas, the postures, working with the breath, the pranayama, working with the meditation, but it's also a way to really work with life in general, to bring what's within us, to move it through us and bring it out into the world so that we can leave a lasting impact on this planet.